we got a question today from one of our viewers, and it's what are the best metrics to share with company leadership? So I love this question. At the most fundamental level, you always want to be sharing outcome and business-oriented metrics with leadership, right? Because that's the language that they speak. So if you're an engineer or if you're a product leader, no matter what, you definitely want to be sharing those kind of business outcomes first and foremost. But it also depends on two things. Number one, what kind of leadership you have in the organization, and number two, what your goals are. So, for example, if you work in a tech company run by a bunch of engineers and you share some really granular engineering metric, it might be fine. But if your leadership is a cross-functional group from all kinds of different backgrounds, which is most common, you really have to talk about metrics in their language. So that's one major thing to remember. And the other component is what are your goals? So, for example, if you're in a death march to get the product out the door as fast as possible, well, then if you talk about velocity, that's going to be a really good metric to discuss. How fast are you going? It's going to matter a lot. Or maybe you have a product that you have to develop in a highly regulated space, so quality and compliance matter a lot. Well, in that case, you're probably talking about defect metrics and a bunch of regulatory KPIs and things of that nature. So context matters a lot. Your goals, what your leadership team looks like. But at the end of the day, if you're talking to leadership, you do always want to be sharing outcome-oriented metrics. Get as close to possible to driving the needle on the organization and those kinds of metrics. And that could be something like the customer traction you're driving, or growth metrics like new revenue or profitability, or maybe you're expanding into a new market and how many additional customers did you add because of your product or technology. So hopefully that gives you a good sense of it. Thanks for submitting the question. And if you want something answered, go ahead and submit it in the comments below. Thanks.